Many people have a love language. Love languages are said to be people's preferred ways to give and receive love. Many people think of a love language as that thing that makes them feel loved by others. So many focus on the receiving part. There are often five love languages cited. They are receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, and acts of service. Which ones are yours, if any? For giving to others, which ones do you display the most? For me, if I do not know the person very well, I default into words of affirmation and acts of service. But once that person makes their love language known, I try, where possible and by God's grace, to love them in the way which makes them feel loved. For me, what primarily makes me feel loved by others is the evidence of their faith in God. Do you know God has a love language? Based on scripture, what would you write it down as? In 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22 it says, "Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams." Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." God's love language, so to speak, is obedience. And I say so to speak because even if we do not obey, God will remain God. He's self sufficient and he lacks nothing. But we won't be okay if we don't obey. Obedience is for our benefit and not for His. The grace of God does not grant us liberty to keep in sin, but instead, for the truly repentant, will generate such gratitude that we'll want to do that which pleases Him, even when it's hard. Loving God through obedience, in fact, matures us and voids within a person that they are unaware of but believe it's just an issue of lack from one of the common love languages cited, God will fill, heal, or transform. So the person who may want constant words of affirmation in order to feel loved will find that if they foster a healthy relationship with God, they'll be rooted in what God says about them. That constant need for words of affirmation from others will become less and at a healthy level of desire. Since sin brings shame, oftentimes many fall away from their walk with God during this time. They read their Bibles less and they pray less, so they hear from God less or experience less of His presence. This no doubt will negatively affect such a person. We want to avoid that which drives a wedge between us and God. And the antidote to sin is obedience. As we grow in love for God and the things of Him by His grace, this will outpour to others that fruit of love as every other spiritual vitamin needed for a healthy living, like patience, kindness, and self control. When we prioritize a living for God, evidenced by obedience, everything else falls into their proper places. In Jesus' name.